Nick Tammaro here at Stars and Stripes Day at Belmont Park, and we've got a Pick 6 carryover on this 11-race program. The Pick 6 begins in race number 6 with a pretty wide-open New York bred allowance event. We've got a couple of horses coming in off of maiden wins, a few horses that have been in this condition for a while. I sided with number 9, Rift Valley, as my top pick. I think he's going to get the right kind of pace set up, and I love the improvement we've seen in the Son of Pioneer of the Nile since he was moved to the turf. I'll say that number 5, Dr. Blute, based on the turf effort 2-back, is very formidable and a likely favorite, a deserving one at that. Number 6, Saratoga Flash, looks like one you can absolutely use as well, figures to be in an ideal spot just off the pace. And number 3, Scocciatore, is the one to catch on paper. I think the way this sequence shakes out after this initial leg really prompts you to try and go as wide as possible just to get alive going into the stakes portion of the program, because I think we're going to see some pretty heavy favorites do their thing in at least 2 of these 3 stakes races. The first of those favorites is number 5, Santa Barbara, in race number 7. That's the Belmont Oaks. We all remember back to the New York Stakes, some of us not so fondly, where Thundering Knights came up just short of running down Mean Mary. This Aidan O'Brien trainee actually lost to Thundering Knights in the Pretty Polly next time out for that runner. That was a 3-year-old and up race. She's now facing straight 3s again. And let's not kid ourselves. We have a pretty weak bunch of 3-year-old fillies going along on the turf, most of whom are trying 1.25 miles for the first time. A lot of them haven't even gone beyond 1 1/8 miles. I think that's a big advantage to Santa Barbara, who's not only gone this trip, she's actually gone longer. And I think the turf condition with a little bit of cut in it will actually work in her favor. I think she's a stone-cold solid single. For people who want to go elsewhere, perhaps Plum Ali is one that you might try, given that she did overperform based on the pace in the Wonder Again and the strong late bid that she put in. I'm generally not a sucker for undefeated horses, but I think Australasia is a virtual cinch in the victory ride. There is a ton of speed signed up in here. She's going to get a great pace set up. Appears to be training forwardly for Brad Cox and Joel Rosario. This is another one I think you can lean on pretty confidently, as she will be rolling in the stretch. That takes us to the Belmont Derby. I'm not just going to single Bolshoi Ballet. I also want to use the 1 Palazzi. I know he's going to have to improve quite a bit, but he's been disadvantaged at every turn by pace in recent starts, including 2 runner-up finishes in Kentucky. The American Turf was a race where I think his rider just waited a little bit too long to pull the trigger. I think he's crying out for 1.25 miles, and I think he's the likeliest upsetter. Hard Love is a contender for sure. I'm not going to go out of my way to use him as a main. I would use him more as a backup. Same too with Du Jour. That moves us along to the 10th race, where number 3, Ranger Fox, and number 11, Deregulation, really look like the main 2. Going beyond those, I think, gets you into a little bit of shaky ground. I know they're the 2 favorites. Migrate is a horse that some will want to include because he should improve at second asking. I'm going to concentrate on the 3 and 11. And I think the nightcap is an excellent spot for number 5, Rejected Again, who comes in as the main speed. I think you can get out of here with the 3, 5, and 6, and that gives you an opportunity to use a few horses, given that we're going to be pretty thin in those 3 stakes races. That's the Belmont Pick 6 with a carryover for this final Saturday of the meet. Who's not excited for Saratoga? Things get started on Thursday. Check in the Money Podcast for .com for my analysis on Saratoga each day. Check out the podcasts available at the network currently, a variety of offerings. There's also some Euro information on the website as well for today's Belmont Stars and Stripes program. Best of luck. See you next time.